She wants to give you a case.
Shut up, Ma. I'm with my friends.
Hi, Mrs.
Hi, Mrs.
Krupowitz.
Krabuppelwitz.
What are you doing down there that's so important?
Well, you see, to put it simply, Ma, it's time for Talkin' Nerdy, the nerdy talk show where I ask my guests to talk nerdy to me.
Oh, my.
This here is DJ Frost, and you are now listening to Talkin' Nerdy, the nerdy talk show where I ask my guests to talk nerdy to me. And that's in the most clean way possible, of course. Tonight, joining me is the esteemed DJ Orange.
Zup.
And the esteemed DJ Bearman, back from his one-semester hiatus.
Hey, what's going on?
Oh, it's all good. It's all good. I think we need to start talking nerdy.
We do.
I think it's a good time to start talking nerdy. It's always a good time to start talking nerdy.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what I was thinking? We could start with something quite topical that just came out, like news of it today.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. So, let's see if the music tips you off. Zelda music, Zelda topic. I think it's a good way to go.
All right, yeah, sure.
So you guys have obviously heard the news about Breath of the Wild, right? The new Zelda game that's totally coming out this summer.
You mean the only thing that's making me want to buy an X? Like, the only thing?
The only thing?
Yeah.
Well, to be fair, there's probably going to be an awesome new Super Smash Bros. There's going to be a new something.
The one that likes to tear friends apart.
Yeah, that. But no, Breath of the Wild is definitely the thing I'm most excited for. Hints of a new Pokemon game, too. We're not sure whether it's going to be Colosseum or Gale of Darkness, but we're hoping for something like that.
I would love that.
Right? But anyway, Zelda. Such good news. In fact, earlier today, today being the 1st of September, they announced that they are making new Zelda amiibos. Right. And it's going to feature the original 8-bit looking Link. So a while back, they released an 8-bit Mario. Now they're doing the same thing for Link. They're releasing an Ocarina of Time Link, where adult Link is sitting playing the ocarina. And they're releasing a twin pack with Toon Zelda and Toon Link, where Toon Link's playing the Wind Waker and Toon Zelda is either playing the harp or just standing there looking pretty. But you know what? All really awesome. The best part about them is they will be compatible with Breath of the Wild.
That is definitely a plus. I heard that apparently the Wolf Link amiibo.
It does. So, they released the new, when they remade Twilight Princess and they did the HD version, they replaced the Cave of Trials in the desert with something else. And that cave, basically, same concept, fight through and you lose hearts, you don't gain hearts back.
Right.
When you get to the bottom floor, you tap your Wolf Link amiibo and it saves that data. Then when you tap in your amiibo into Breath of the Wild, what's going to happen is you're going to get a Wolf Link with that many hearts that'll help you.
That is pretty OP.
Yes
it has
no?
the potential to be OP.
Yeah, well, we don't know.
Yeah, because
that's the thing.
You don't know the enemies in the game and how much hearts they have.
And how long the wolf lasts. They haven't said that much, but...
I mean, yeah, it's true, but, like, looking back on Twilight Princess, if that's, like, any indication of, like, what it'll do for combat, the teeth had, like, the same damage as the Master Sword.
Yes. I don't think it's going to be that powerful.
Well, yeah, but, like...
well, that's because you didn't get upgrades.
If, like, also, like, the animations are anything to, like, go by, that thing's going to be fast.
Yeah. So, the wolf is just super awesome. I'm not, again, if it dies, I think you can re-tap it, but I think you have to wait a certain amount of time.
Right.
But, you don't make it through the trial with a lot of hearts unless you're wicked good at the game, which then you deserve that power. You deserve it.
Like Dark Souls Zelda Edition.
Like, actually, though. Yeah.
It's more like Skyward, it's more like Skyrim Zelda.
Yeah.
Well, that's what Breath of the Wild will be like, but the Cave of Trials, or I think they call it Cave of Tears now. I don't know. Whatever cave it is in the Desert Colossus will be the standard, sort of. So if you made it out of there with like half a heart, well, you did it. First of all, you get your reward, but you also only get half a heart when you get Wolf Link.
I mean, there's going to be like 20 people who are able to like exploit it. So your Link shows up with all
of the hearts.
Yeah.
I mean, if it's anything like the original, you got in the original Twilight Princess, once you finished, you got fairy tears, which did crazy stuff for you. It reduced damage. It gave you all hearts.
Yeah.
Only for a temporary amount of time, but still.
Didn't it
I'm
max out
thinking
magic, too?
what?
It maxed out magic. Too.
Yeah, I think but you only got like one of them for getting to floor 25 and one of them for getting to floor 50.
Yeah.
So you had to make it. I'm thinking, save your 25th floor one, if it works the same. Get all the way to floor 50, kill all the enemies, drink it, go through, and then you'll get your saved. But you have all your stuff. I don't know if it works like that. It probably doesn't.
I mean, it's something worth trying.
It is. I mean, it's been. I haven't been able to fully beat the HD remake yet at home because I had to come back here. But
Right.
I think it's something really cool, and I'm really excited. I mean, the whole concept of Breath in the Wild is post-apocalyptic Zelda almost.
Yeah, it's in the future.
Way in the future.
Mad Zelda.
First of all, it's graphically beautiful.
Yeah.
The just quality that they've been putting into it. I mean, they've been working on this game since Skyward Sword.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, since before Skyward Sword. So they were finalizing Skyward Sword, and they started on this one. They did it with the Wii U in mind. However, they're like, you know what? This game is way bigger than we anticipated. We're going to keep working on it.
I've heard that there's going to be a Wii U version. But
It is. It's pulling a Twilight Princess in that regard. There's going to be a Wii U and an NX release at the same time.
people who played the Wii U version says as much as it tries, the frame rate it doesn't catch up. It can't
Well, it's not done yet.
Oh,
so
yeah.
There's,
But this was at E3, at the showings, this. I mean, hey, whatever. I'm all for it, getting on any.
Yeah, but it's only the first area that they finally mapped out and everything.
Yeah, they haven't optimized the game yet. They only did what they could. Not to mention, the map is bigger than Skyrim. The game as a
That
whole,
is terrifying.
right? The map itself is bigger than Skyrim. So, it's going to be impressive. I am so pumped for it. I mean,
Not to mention you got climbing ability and everything else.
Yeah.
climbing, gliding, horse riding, but you got to tame your horse. You don't just get a horse.
Chop down trees, everything like that.
It's going to be
crafting.
it's going to be a proper RPG.
Crafting,
Which I'm half and half on it. I really love my classic Zelda gameplay. Ocarina of Time it's my baby. I played it forever and ever. I beat it 15 something times, Nothing crazy, but so I love the original Zelda gameplay, but I also really love RPGs. So if I can get a Zelda and an RPG that works really well together, I'm all for it.
I'm actually really also ecstatic for being able to use different weapons and keeping them.
Yes.
Not like in Wind Waker where you could pick up this sword, but once you have to go somewhere, it's done for.
Yeah, but I mean, you're also picking up an enemy weapon, which isn't very good.
Yeah.
I understand this case. I mean, and different armors and a whole range of things.
Not to mention you can loot all the enemies.
Right.
Yeah.
Not that you should.
Where do you guys stand on the whole crafting thing with it?
Depends on how they implement it.
Yeah.
So if they do something a la Skyrim, that crafting system wasn't too bad. It was, for what it is, it's very well done. I mean, there's obvious holes in it where console commands.
Yeah.
I didn't do that at all the first. No. I waited 3 playthroughs before I did that on Skyrim. But no, Skyrim had a really nice crafting system where you didn't get OP unless you put the effort in.
Yeah.
Which I liked. Other crafting systems like stereotypical MMORPG crafting systems are stupid.
Synthesizing.
My girlfriend, she's been playing an MMO, and I've wanted to check it out. She said, I don't know how you guys feel about this, but basically, in order to get some armor better, you have to take mounts and infuse them into the armor. And some of these mounts are ridiculously hard to get.
That's an interesting approach.
It is.
I don't hate it. I'd be wary of it. Just because that way the players with the most time, money, whatever, can get ahead on everybody. I don't know. It sounds a lot PTP.
Yeah.
I mean, but again, if it's available to everybody with,
I mean, well, you also have the thing with MMOs with, certain guilds, cutting out sections. Of the
Yeah,
land.
this is a post-apocalyptic world. There is no one to,
Yeah.
except for a few people, but that's it.
I think it's not going to struggle from MMO problems because it's not an MMO. So everything you're going to need is going to be in the game.
That's
including hunting.
And you don't have to pay for it.
also
besides paying for the
no
game.
major towns.
Which, interesting and makes sense. Because, again, if it's post-apocalyptic, you are Link, but you don't know it, kind of. You're just, hey, wake up. And you're like, what? Wake up, Link. I mean, they say it nicer, but I'm not a pretty British woman with a pretty British woman's voice.
You know, I'm actually interested to see, maybe they might implement something where, like, NPCs will, like, kind of make makeshift towns in the area.
I mean,
it's a bit early to say, but
I'm thinking more tribals, especially with the golem, the pig people.
yeah.
That'd be cool. Actually.
You know what? I'm all for whatever they do with that. It's going to be a very, very well done game. I can tell you that much.
Yeah.
I mean, they've been plowing and plugging away at this for, God, almost 8 years now? No, not nearly that long.
And
but
the items that that were in like certain dungeons, they're still there.
yeah. I mean, it's... I don't know how random it is, but I know that, it's very open world, so you have to do, the adventure, or you could find the final boss immediately and win.
The best. That is the best tactic. Just run up to Ganon with a stick.
And you're like, I'm gonna get you with my stick. And Ganon's like, dude, no.
See, I want, like, the final, like, scene of Wind Waker where you do, like, that cool Matrix flip and, like, get him with this Master Sword, but I want that with a stick.
Yeah. Although this game definitely doesn't take place in the Wind Waker timeline. It can't possibly. Because you do find the Master Sword.
Yeah.
It's just old and rusted, and I'm sure part of the storyline is refurbishing it to its former glory.
Yeah.
Which I'm psyched for.
That would be really interesting if they made that wasn't, like, required. That was just optional.
I'm sure the way the game is set up now, based on what they've said, I'm sure it is. Although, I think it might be kind of like Skyward Sword, where you find the sword, you get it, and then you're free, and then after that point you're free to do what you want, unlike in Skyward Sword where you had to go to the storyline. Though there was some open worldness to Skyward Sword. I think I want to say, because the one area that they revealed in depth is the Temple of Time, and it looks amazing.
The shattered ruin that it is.
Yeah, it still looks incredible. Like, the sealed room where they keep the sword is broken open. It's,
It does look fantastic. I mean, I haven't been following, like, as much as I should, but when I do follow it, I could say, like, that does look quote unquote next gen. Like, that's another thing. Like, what gen are we?
In terms of what?
Like consoles.
Consoles?
Yeah, like,
Well, let's see. You got the NES, the Super NES, the
It's
N64.
different for each company.
Yeah, I'm talking Nintendo.
I think 7th or 8th.
yeah. All right. So
7th. I think it's 7th.
That is
Wii U, NX.
7th gen.
All right. So that is a 7th gen dungeon or temple. I should
Yes.
say.
Well, the NX is going to be really well done. I mean, again, they haven't told us anything about the NX, which I'm cool with.
Yeah.
Because that means nobody else is stealing the NX's specs and then passing it off as their own.
I mean, we've heard rumors that it's going to have a detachable controller. It'll be somewhat portable, and it can plug into your TV.
Kind of like the Wii U.
Yeah.
But who knows? I'm sure there's going to be a box of some sort that hooks up to your TV permanently.
Right.
Yeah,
That seems kind of natural, especially if they're going to want, they're not going to make it so that your old Wii U stuff and Wii stuff won't work with it. They're not that. Nintendo's never been that way. They're always backwards compatible, at least one gen.
They'll give you a couple, like a year or two to adjust.
Yeah, well, not just that, but the Wii U Pro controller will probably work with the NX. I'm sure the Wiimotes will still work with the NX.
Yeah.
They're really good about having backwards compatibility. They're the only company out there that is really good about that.
Yeah.
Xbox is trying and failing. PlayStation said, no. PlayStation just won't.
Well, no, PlayStation's doing it, but they're doing it on the Vita. So
Their system that's failing, yes.
Yeah.
What do they got to lose there? Nothing.
They'll release the entire PS1 library on the Vita.
And you know what? Nobody's going to buy it still.
Yeah, like...
I think they're doing it more for Japan than anything else.
yeah.
I think the PlayStation 5 was just announced.
Neo. They
Yeah,
also
it's
just
the PS Slim.
well, there's that too, but I think the Neo they've
Neo-
said
well,
they've
it's the second
talked
one.
about the Neo briefly, that it is in production and worked on. Or at least they're not making them yet.
I
but-
just bought a PS4.
yeah.
Why does this always happen?
It's the console wars.
It's
Yeah,
well, because the NX is slated for next year. Microsoft and Sony are like, oh gods, we have to get on this.
yeah.
Oh dear. And Nintendo's just like, we've been biding our time. Just biding our time. And yeah, they think they're going to do well. Better than the Wii U, because for the longest time, people didn't realize the Wii U was a system. They thought it was an addition to the Wii.
Yeah. I thought that.
Yeah.
I consider myself pretty well informed on consoles.
Well, the problem is their advertising wasn't.
Yeah,
Meaning they didn't
no,
advertise.
at all.
Yeah. I think they just realized that they weren't going to win this console war. Like the Wii won hands down. It sold more than everything else.
Like,
it just blew everything out of the water.
Talk whatever you want about quality of games and system lifespan, but in terms of raw sale numbers,
The Wii.
yeah, like people were camped out
Oh yeah.
for a couple
Ever.
days.
I remember to get mine, we walked into an errant GameStop, and they mentioned that there was one down the road that they would hold for us for 20 minutes. That's how bad it was.
And I bet you, like,
Oh, we got down there.
yeah, like just booked it.
No, actually, what we did, it was 2 towns over. So we had a friend of ours pick it up and bring it over because that's how bad it was to get it.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Yeah.
I wonder if this is actually kind of like reflecting back what happened with the PS2 and Xbox, where like these two giants are competing with each other, and then Nintendo just sneaks in and like takes the entire market.
Well, Nintendo is the giant that is often not taken seriously.
Yeah, because
It's- yeah.
kid games.
Quote unquote.
Yeah.
Except more college kids play those games.
Exactly. This is DJ Frost, and you are tuned in to Talkin' Nerdy, the nerdy talk show where I ask my lovely guests to talk nerdy to me. But in the cleanest sense possible, this is a family show. I'm here with DJ Orange and DJ Bearman. How you folks doing?
We're doing good.
You ready
pretty
to
good.
move our conversation along a little bit?
Oh yeah.
Do some awesome nerding out?
Yep.
All right, let's do it.
So, I recently acquired Fallout 4.
Did you?
Yes.
How was it? Or, I mean, it's good, but...
Yeah. It is a massive tonal shift.
Really? I mean, compared to what?
Fallout 3 New Vegas. Like there
Well,
was
2 different companies did those.
Yeah, but I mean like basically like your Fallout 3 was like, I am giving the world hope, I'm raising it up, I'm going to be a martyr. Mm-hmm. Fallout New Vegas was kind of more traditional Fallout. Like there's no real right side.
There's no real way to do Fallout right because it's post-apocalyptic.
Yeah, in this, raiders are very few and far between. There are settlements everywhere, not including the ones that you make.
Death claws everywhere.
Oh god, yeah.
Well, I mean, the difference is, Vegas isn't really is kind of sparse compared to other cities in the country.
That's true.
And you got to think about it this way. Also, Boston area. So you're not just getting people from Boston, you're getting people from Maine, South, and probably Connecticut up, as well as New Hampshire, Vermont over. So it's kind of everybody who survived moves towards
It's
Boston.
Basically New England, if you think about it.
It is.
Yeah, that's the thing of it too. It's like an incredibly like hopeful kind of game instead of like the bleak, desolate world of Fallout 3 where like everything goes wrong, but you kind of build it up.
And I think that was a good way to do it. That's the best way to do that.
Yeah.
Because it gives you a fun game to play instead of, God,
yeah.
this is so depressing.
Yeah, I mean I kind of liked being the like
The martyr.
yeah, the martyr figure, the martyr that survives if you buy the DLC.
And there's subtle and interesting lore as well.
Yeah, definitely. They definitely up that in Fallout 4. There are more notes a la Skyrim, where you kind of have interesting interactions. The quest system got way more refined, which is amazing, and like I'm personally super thankful for, because I don't like tracking down every single like mini quest that shows up. Like
No,
when
yeah,
they're
I
all
totally
just
get it.
spread out. This
Yeah.
like lets me pick one, and I can go to that.
It's a game that you're going to keep playing forever and ever and ever.
Yeah.
It's got the potential.
Yeah.
And they did that on purpose because Bethesda, at least, has no plans on making another.
Another
they-
Fallout, or
Yeah, they're not planning on making another Fallout. This was their last, I believe, licensed Fallout. And they don't plan on rebuying the license, from what I understand.
that? Oh, it's a note to go out on. Definitely.
Yeah. I think Obsidian still has one that they can make.
I really hope that they give the license to Obsidian because I want.
Obsidian still has the license.
Well, like
They
I
have-
mean, I hope that they like if they buy the license. Here's my ideal: like I want Bethesda to develop the gameplay, but Obsidian to write the story.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah. I mean, Bethesda does a good story when they
yeah.
want to. They really do. And this story was no different. It's just, from what I understand, some of the DLCs fell flat from what people wanted. But at the same time, still awesome.
There's still some ones for like Fallout 4 that are interesting.
Yeah, apparently, Fallout 4, like they said that Nuka World would be the last DLC, but nope. Apparently, this was just the last for this season pass. Not something I'm super happy about if it means you have to buy another season
That
pass.
means
Yeah.
but you know.
But at the same time, that also more increases the chance of a legendary-esque edition like they did with Skyrim, where all the DLC is included, which is what I'm waiting for. Because I don't want to buy all the DLC at full price and the game at full price. It's not in my budget.
Right. Yeah, no, that's good. I agree. I basically was like, I can't hold back any longer. I have to play this thing.
Yeah, I totally understand. Plus, not only that, they open up modding very well for it. Although I don't necessarily like the console modding. Not because console modding is bad, but because the console modders just steal from the PC modders.
Let's see, they got a One Punch one. They got a
Yeah,
Skyrim one.
they do.
Where
You
can
could be the
actually attack-
Dovahkiin.
Yeah, we can attack a car or a Deathclaw with a sword.
Yeah, you just become the Dovahkiin with like a steel two-handed sword from Skyrim.
That, I mean, I feel like there's probably one hidden in the game somewhere legit. That seems like the kind of thing Bethesda would do.
Oh yeah,
They also make mentions to Black Mesa.
which is
that-
funny because
yeah.
they have nothing to do with it.
Yeah. Oh, I forgot Deathclaws.
Yeah, they got
They're intelligent.
Terrifying.
right.
Especially the glowing ones.
Especially
They're glowing ones?
Yes.
Yeah. They're,
Why?
Yeah, they're like the hidden special beasts, like rare monsters.
Because, like, legendary anything can just spawn, and, like, they're not that
There's
bad.
radioactive Deathclaws.
Yeah.
There are radioactive Deathclaws. I need to level up.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
You don't want to cross them because the person, I'm watching it on YouTube and it's a Let's Play and all that stuff. He's level 50 now.
A buddy of mine, who's obviously has too much time on their hands, is like level 70-something with 1,000 fuel rod cores and like
Yeah, but this guy's
stupid.
He's a mechanist, so he's going after all the suits of armor.
Yeah, no, I don't blame him.
Power armor got
Better?
powerful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's what it's supposed to be.
Yeah, it feels like you could like I think the first mission I got it, like my girlfriend and I were playing, and I just went around punching raiders,
I would too.
and it
Felt good.
felt really good. And then
Yep.
a Deathclaw came out and threw a car at me.
That probably didn't feel as good.
No.
When you're low level, run.
Yeah.
Pretty much. Yeah, but yeah, I don't know. There's things about Fallout 4 that I wish were better, like the price. But like, I want to play this game, man, and then I want to play it with mods because
And if you do manage
Yeah.
to kill a legendary, you get decent loot.
yeah, you get really good loot. I really like the mishmash crafting system for like armors and things. You can put on different pieces and just the highly customizable stuff. I think is just fantastic.
Yeah, it like
Not to mention you can also build a base.
Multiple bases.
I spent all right, so I follow these YouTubers and I listened to one of their podcasts, and one was like, all right, so when you get to the first town, turn it into a parking lot. And I was like, all right, sure, what do I have to lose? I spent 2 hours breaking down wood, metal, anything I could find, and just building it all back up. I spent probably, I want to say like 3 extra hours just making beds for people to sleep in. I didn't even have any settlers. I was just like, I need to
You
spend
mean
these.
Sanctuary?
Yeah, Sanctuary. Mm-hmm. Like, it was crazy.
Later in the game, you can go into a vault.
Yeah. And actually, one of the mods that I think I'm going to install, like, when I get it, just without having played through the game yet, one of the mods I'm going to install is unlimited build space, because the build cap is kind of stupid.
I could tell you right now that that is probably the best mod ever.
Yeah, it's pointless to have a build cap. That's one of the things they messed up, but it's really easy to fix. Just remove with this easy one-step mod.
Well, it's also like you'll just have a giant city all over the map with Deathclaws and Raiders eventually just spawning sometimes.
Yeah.
So I can kind of see, like, all right, this is why we needed to cap it. But I can tell you nothing is sadder to me than just being cut off, because it's like playing Legos when you were a kid.
Right?
Like, you just want to keep building it.
Avoid the wasteland, because that's where there's a colony of Deathclaws.
Of course, that's where they live. In the glowing sea.
There's occasionally radiation storms. I didn't know that.
Yes.
They're on the rarer side, but they're really kind of
When
fun.
that happens, be inside, or
Oh, yeah.
and develop a washing system.
Yeah, there's also a there's a mod that somebody developed with 70-something different additional weather patterns and variations on each of them. So, like, radiation storms, radiation hurricanes, radiation tornadoes, yeah.
Radiation tornadoes and hurricanes.
Yeah. Terrifying, isn't it?
The storms are bad enough.
Yeah. Yeah. And I don't know. The other problem, and this isn't so much a problem as a theory of mine, but I don't know how much of the radiation would still be there. Like, I get the glowing sea probably would be super radioactive still.
Well, that's
but like the outer areas, a lot of people complain that Sanctuary and all those places were overgrown and built up and like had animals and stuff. And I'm like, Chernobyl has plants and animals.
Yeah.
It's only been 50 or 60 years there.
Chernobyl is like much more chill than like we dropped 20 nukes in Boston.
Well, we didn't do it.
Yeah, well,
It was some other people.
Yeah.
I think China.
Yeah, the Great War.
Yeah, the Great War.
There was supposed to be a Fallout, like Total War style game where you fought during the Great War.
That's awesome.
I would buy that.
I would buy that. But no, I don't know. Interesting.
I'd say get it.
Yeah.
The radiation isn't like that big of a problem except for when you want water. 'Cause
Yeah.
all the water is radiated. Like, even more than in the wasteland from DC.
That doesn't make sense, though.
No.
Not to me. I mean, kind of, but a lot of spring water from, like, the mountains would be fine, because it's coming from there where they didn't nuke. So,
Yeah.
unless the winds were particularly nasty and blew the radiation up the mountain, which, heads up, doesn't actually happen, there would be fresh water somewhere.
It's weird to me because, like I said, there's a much more hopeful vibe.
Yeah.
And that's, like, the one thing that's like, living in the wasteland's so hard. It's a good thing that we're completely stocked with food and mini nukes, though.
Right?
Like,
because I really need some mini nukes.
Not to mention they put the mini nuke launcher in like one of the earliest junkyards.
Right?
I found one, like, level 12.
So the Chill Master or Chill Blaster?
The cryo freezer?
Yeah, the cryo freezer?
Yeah.
There's a way to get it before you can unlock that box.
Really?
Go get dog meat, go back. Dog meat will get it for you. Because dog meat is dog meat.
Okay, I'm, like, tempted to just, like, run up to my room and do that right now. But we have to talk nerdy.
Oh, we do. This is DJ Frost. I'm here with DJ Orange and DJ Bearman. And we're having a nice nerdy chat.
Very nerdy.
Yeah.
Yes, such nerdy, much happiness. I don't know. I don't think I did the Doge right. But you know what? Moving on from that. We've been doing a lot of video game chat. I figured we could move on to something maybe more on the nerdy spectrum, because we're not just video games here.
That's true.
We're anime, we're manga, we're cartoons and comics, and whatever else falls under our nerdy categories.
I could eventually...
Nerddom.
Yeah.
We are the linchpin of nerddom here. Or at least we like to think that way. I don't know. But anyway, did you guys read any good comics, watch any good shows over the summer?
I saw Suicide Squad.
Me too.
I didn't.
All right, you want to start?
It's good, but at the same time, it shows what the studio did to it.
Yeah.
I've heard the DC movies have just kind of fallen flat.
The strange thing is, the TV series do better.
Right,
than
their
the
TV
movies.
series are kicking butt. Their movies are just meh.
They're trying to do what Marvel does, but you have to understand, Marvel has money.
And literally, they've been doing it for 10 years now.
Yeah, they kind of got their gist.
Iron Man 1 came out 10 years ago.
That's crazy. 10 whole years ago.
Yeah.
And they've got it down to a science.
Yeah. I mean, they take their time, they build it up, and it works. DC is basically saying this is our or like, I guess a
Post-Superman.
Yeah, I mean, look, you can put Superman in like at the tail end of something, and it kind of makes sense. Like, all right, now here's the God character, but then, well,
I don't know. I saw something which was trying to just like compare Marvel and DC. Like, Superman can lift almost infinite amount of strength, and the Hulk can only lift this much. I'm like, who cares?
Yes, but if you get the Hulk matter, he gets more stronger.
And if you turn him red, God save your soul.
the strongest Hulk ever got was
Words are hard.
Yeah. And
Words are too hard.
I'm a communications major.
Yay! English is a good language. I speak good English.
Me too. Me 4.
Me 7.
The maddest Hulk ever got, his footsteps caused earthquakes all over Earth.
Yeah, I don't... Just saying, Superman better watch out.
Yeah. I mean, look, the Marvel versus DC thing, I'm preferably a Marvel guy. That's going to get me a lot of hate.
No.
No.
Oh, really?
No, not hate here.
Oh, okay. Well,
I like
mean-
Marvel more, and I do like DC done right.
Yeah.
But that's the problem.
that's what I'm saying.
I hate playing favorites, but DC doesn't have Deadpool, and me and Deadpool have a nice relationship of I laugh at him, and he doesn't kill me.
Yeah.
That's a good place to be. Good.
Like,
I don't know.
But it's also like, I mean, like, nerd lines aside, like DC or Marvel, we all win if comic book movies are good.
Right? However, DC hasn't been doing good movies.
Yeah,
No.
like people were arguing like, oh, people are giving this bad reviews or stuff. Like, for me personally, do you know how much I wanted Suicide Squad to be the next Avengers?
You and everybody else.
Yeah, it sounded amazing.
It had the potential.
Yeah,
I think
But
people
then-
started hating when Jared Leto was going to be Joker.
I did like a 360 on that. Like, I thought the design, oh, that's dumb. Then I saw the design more, and I'm like, you know what, I'm kind of getting into this. Then I saw it in the movie, and I'm like,
This is dumb.
yeah.
The problem is Heath Ledger is not with us anymore. There's no way around that, and nobody can replicate his insanity of just how good he was as Joker. So,
Well, there
Yeah.
is one person, but that's
who are you thinking?
the person who does the animated series.
Yeah, Mark
Oh.
Hamill.
Oh yeah, well, Mark Hamill.
All right, so I have a theory, not a theory, but a proposition. Joker casting: William Dafoe or Crispin Glover.
Oh, I kind of want to say Defoe.
Yeah, I mean Dafoe is crazy.
Oh yeah,
Well, now that the Michael Hamill is, the Joker in the DC universe, but he's now also the trickster in Flash.
I mean Mark Hamill does what Mark Hamill wants,
Yeah.
man. He's freaking Luke Skywalker. Let him do his business.
Yeah, I mean that guy, man.
I once saw a Tumblr post where it was like, man, we should find somebody who's actually like the Joker, blah, 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 does this, this, and this. And somebody's like, that man already exists. It's Mark Hamill.
Yeah, Mark
And-
Hamill does what he wants.
Yeah, Mark Hamill is awesome. He's a nice guy. He's just crazy. I mean, the Joker isn't nice.
Well, yeah.
He's the Joker, but he's crazy.
But he's the voice, and everybody agrees with that.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, I don't think anyone can do a Joker impression now without either doing Mark Hamill's Joker
Or Heath Ledger's her.
or Heath Ledger's Joker.
No, it's one or the other. DC animated movies are fantastic. I think they should put more effort into that and release them in theaters rather than,
Straight to DVD.
Yeah.
I mean,
Or Blu-ray.
my final straw with the DC with Suicide Squad, I thought was serviceable. It was fine. If you have an afternoon to kill, like, go see it.
I don't necessarily want to spend the money to go to a theater, though.
If you can get it on, like, demand when it
Yeah.
comes out in a few months or whatever, like when it's like cheaper, I'd say go for it. Like I told you when we were having a conversation a while ago, like if you have a choice between seeing Deadpool or Suicide Squad, probably
Deadpool.
See Deadpool instead. But if you have the time and you have like a couple bucks to get rid of, then go see Suicide Squad.
I heard it wasn't. It just wasn't to expectations.
Nah, that's because the producer and then also the company that made the film, they had their hand in it.
Yeah.
They also cut a bunch of stuff, I've heard.
They did, so much so that I think that there were two different movies. They say that there were two different like movies.
Yeah.
I think that there were two different movies filmed simultaneously that were then cut together because
That's, I think, exactly what happened.
Seeing this, you've seen this, DJ Orange, and at one point they're shocked to discover that they are a Suicide Squad when it's already been established that they are a Suicide Squad.
I guarantee.
Yeah, I
it
know.
was
It's
two.
like different things were shot at different times. Like the whole fight scene towards the end looked a lot better than the actual, like, in the beginning. It's like, what the, huh?
Like, without getting too spoilery, like, character motivations just change instantly. Like,
I mean, that's not out of character for some of them, but
it's not like Harley Quinn. It's like the more sane members, like Deadshot.
yeah, no, it doesn't. I think you're absolutely right. They intended to make it a dark movie. Production company said, no, make it a comedy. So they made it a comedy. Didn't like the comedy, so they just kind of mashed them together. And then we got this.
Yeah, I see, I want to talk about it more, but I don't want to get too spoilery.
The chances of me seeing it are slim, but our listeners out there might.
So yeah,
Care about spoilers?
No spoilers. But
Yeah, all right.
Like I could say, like the end of the movie, it was like action packed and all that stuff, and now it's like what the beginning of the movie's like, huh?
I think the general rule for spoilers is like 2 years to 5 years, and
Yeah.
you're just good. After that, you've had time.
In the most general terms, I'm just gonna say, if you see the movie, you could still enjoy it, but watch for a character to basically do a 180, and like just keep what makes this character like keep in mind what makes Deadshot. Like, you don't have to read the comics or
Yeah.
anything, just what in this movie, and then he'll just be like, we should do the opposite of that thing that I always like.
It, again, sounds like they didn't do some good editing.
Yeah, no, it was a music video, Trailer House.
Yeah, whatever they did, they didn't do it quite right. Which is, unfortunate, but things like that happen. And we just move on, and as nerds, we're used to having to wait for something good.
Yeah,
Like
I
the
mean-
next thing, which is Doctor Strange.
Doctor Strange is going to be amazing. I don't even care. Benedict Cumberbatch was the right choice,
Marvel, may you never falter.
right? I saw a bit of the trailer when I went to see, I believe, it was the new Captain America movie.
Yeah.
Civil War, Winter Soldier.
Civil War.
Civil War.
Civil War, the First Avenger, Winter Soldier 3.
Something like that, yeah. I saw the clip, I'm like, I don't even care about the movie we're about to see. I want to see that one.
Yeah.
The one that makes Exception look better.
Yeah.
My favorite part about that is, like, Marvel was very, very adamant about being, oh no, magic and Asgardians, that's all easily explained by science, and then this movie's like, no, magic.
Magic. Because I'm Doctor Strange. And that's how it works.
Yeah.
I mean, in the comics at least, I know they seamlessly kind of melded them together. Like, yeah, there's science, and that explains a lot, but there's still magic, and it's underground, and it's,
I still like the bit at the end of the trailer saying, "Is this my mantra?" No, that's the Wi-Fi password. We're not animals.
Yeah, no, I ended up liking the trailer for Doctor Strange better than Winter Soldier.
Yeah.
It was, it felt incomplete to me, and it felt like Captain
Winter
America's
Soldier or Civil War.
yeah, which that's the Civil War one.
Yeah, Civil War. Okay.
So
Where
the
they
original,
fight against each other.
yeah, that was. I don't. It didn't feel like an Avengers movie to me, and it didn't feel like a Captain America movie either.
That's the thing. They try to meet both ways. Like, this is basically an Avengers movie before Avengers 3.
But at the same time,
Which is going to be good because it's the Infinity Stones.
right? That what I've been told is they're just basically pumping out stuff to get to the good stuff.
Yeah.
Which I don't know. I don't really care for the way they did Civil War.
It's literally called the Avengers Infinity Wars.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, Thanos, not someone to mess with.
No.
Gets into a fist fight with the Hulk in the comics regularly and wins a good portion.
Yeah. So yeah, don't fight with Thanos unless you really want a bad day.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I don't know how they're going to do it because half the Avengers are in jail, half of them hate each other, and Cap is in.
I'm thinking Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2.
That is something that is coming. We do know that.
Kurt Russell as Ego the Living Planet. Mm-hmm. Kurt Russell as a giant planet. You can see the smile on my face. You, the listeners, can probably hear the smile on my face.
It's going to be great. That's all I'm going to say.
So, I was watching Daredevil the other day, and the person next to me, I'm like, because Daredevil, the Marvel show, it's connected to the movie universe.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that reminds me. Luke Cage is supposed to come out soon.
Oh, it looks so good.
It looks really good, actually.
But, keep in mind when you're watching all the serious darkness and grittiness for, Season 2 of Daredevil or Luke Cage or Jessica Jones, somewhere in that same universe, a talking raccoon and a giant tree are hanging out.
Yeah. Having fun.
Yeah, having fun.
Also, somewhere in that universe, Deadpool is doing whatever Deadpool does.
Is there,
But
Yes.
there's also Iron Fist that's also coming out.
Yeah. Iron Fist is with Luke Cage a lot of the time. I thought they
No,
partnered
it's
up.
Luke Cage first, and then later towards the end of the series, they've hinted that that's where...
They're going to partner up.
Well, there's going to be an Iron Fist series, and there's also going to be a Defenders series, which is basically...
Everyone.
Yeah.
I think Punisher will even be on it. I am a huge fan of the Punisher. I nerd out about the Punisher so much because he is the best and the dumbest hero.
He's the anti-hero.
It's great.
Yeah. I mean, out of all the things I heard about for this that are upcoming, based on what I saw this summer, Deadpool 2, whenever that shows up, going to be great. Doctor Strange, going to be fantastic. Hopefully the next Avengers or Cap America or Iron Man movie will be good. And they'll fix what they did with Civil War. And I don't know. I'm hopeful for whatever else they're going to decide to make, like the new Spider-Man movie and stuff.
I'm excited. I've heard good things about
Spider-Man was probably one of the better parts of the Civil War movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's basically what the next movie is about.
Yeah. So, we'll see. We'll see. This is DJ Frost, and you are listening to Talkin' Nerdy, the nerdy talk show where I ask my lovely guests to talk nerdy to me. Yes, I'm here with DJ Orange and DJ Bearman. And Bearman, you said you had something for me.
Well, boys, this is the nerdy podcast of Landmark.
It is.
Well, podcast / radio show /
Internet radio that goes everywhere.
yeah,
Pretty much that.
So, I figured I'd bring something new to the table that you might not consider nerdy, but after I explain it a certain way, you might be a bit more open to it.
We're always open to everything. Well,
Pro wrestling.
Mostly. Really? Okay.
all right.
I will go with this, and then I'll tell some stories after you go ahead.
It's anime. It is live-action anime.
You know what?
Now that I think
Yeah.
about it, yeah.
Currently, one of the titles is the Universal Championship. That is this giant red belt. And the man who owns it calls himself the Demon King.
It's anime.
It is anime.
I think they've run out of ideas finally and have started to go to Japan for their ideas.
And soon, one of my favorite wrestlers from the indie circuit, a man named Brennan Williams, an ex-football player, 6'10", I believe.
Oh my god.
Also, huge anime fan.
Nice.
His whole gimmick is being a shogun.
Okay.
Like, I don't know, like, I have a picture somewhere. His gimmick is, like, amazing.
That's gotta be
And he's coming in. So I'm hoping it becomes the Demon King versus the Shogun.
Oh my god, yes.
Like, he's got, like, red dreads. He has war paint. It's fantastic.
So he's like the Oni Shogun? That's awesome.
yeah.
Dude,
You kind of want to check out wrestling now.
well, okay. I, for the longest time, roomed with a guy who loved WWE and pro wrestling. And what we watched on Monday nights was pro wrestling. And you know what? We got into the storyline because, we weren't watching it because they were fighting, because they're not really fighting.
No.
Let's be real. Nobody fights like that.
I mean, people get hurt,
but it's an accident. Always.
Yeah, like, I mean, there are people who take it too far, but, like, it's not specifically planned.
But it's staged to a certain degree.
It's like basically ad-libbing. It's
Oh.
you ad-lib in the ring.
The fights are staged, though. They have predetermined winners.
Oh, yeah.
The fights are predetermined. The everything, like
What-
the dialogue, the antics, they're predetermined. But it's ad-libbed to a certain degree.
Yeah.
I will agree to that. Well, they thought it was real, and we couldn't convince them otherwise.
Oh.
So
Wait, one of the guys, his gimmick is he's a zombie.
I can't tell you why, but you know what? More power to him.
Yeah, hey,
I don't find any reason to doubt that it could be real, except for all the reasons we just stated.
Yeah, the zombie, the demon,
the
king,
Shogun, yeah.
the Shogun.
Especially since now they've been punting it up with Scooby-Doo.
Yeah. Not to mention that guys who are in their 60s coming back and throwing people around and hitting people with chairs.
That's actually a really big complaint amongst fans. Like,
is that they're doing that?
because they're like, these guys, like, we love seeing them, but they shouldn't be winning like this.
Yeah, no. I got fed up because they turned
Not to
some of the
mention-
people into such just jerkwads.
Yeah,
And I'm
heels.
just like, and I can't get into it.
Yeah, unless
Not-
you're talking about the meme.
Well, yeah. No, and the other reason I can't stand it, not because it's of what it is because working over the summer, my job required me to work at a certain video game chain, which shall remain nameless for reasons.
Blockbuster.
Yes, Blockbuster. We'll go with Blockbuster. So while working at Blockbuster this summer, actually, I wonder if there's still any of them left.
I think they're
No.
all in Mexico.
No, I think the rumor is the guy from Blockbuster gave the kitchen sink to Netflix.
Wait, did I
Well, let's just call it Game Station.
Game Station. I just want to say, apparently, there's something. I heard something about Amiibos exclusive to Blockbuster in Mexico.
That's amazing.
I don't know if there's any truth to that.
Yeah, I don't either. That being said, they released a WWE game this summer, right? Yeah. So one of the things that we got for promotion was a big standee of Brock Lesnar, and the other part that we got was a motion activated thing, and this motion activated thing was "Welcome to Suplex City," and you're like getting yelled at every time you walk in the door, and I'm like, okay, we are getting rid of that.
Yeah.
So one day we discreetly found the thing, brought it out back, and fell on it, and then it got crushed under some boxes, and then it may or may not have been lost
I would
to the dumpster.
honestly, if you had told me about this, I would have.
I wanted to keep it, actually. I wanted to take it home and then bring it here and then hook it up to one of the doors
That would be amazing.
because it would scare the pants off of somebody.
And yet at the same time, it's landmark and people expect it.
Right.
Yeah. Speaking of anime and wrestling, did you know that not the Colossal Titan, but the Armored Titan from Attack on Titan is actually based off of Brock Lesnar?
I would believe that.
Yeah.
I believe not only that, one of the major writers and mangakas is super heavily influenced by pro wrestling. I can't remember which one. No, I think it is the guy from. I think it is the author of Attack on Titan. Actually, it would not surprise me in the slightest.
Yeah.
That's the other thing that got a game this summer, and it's okay. I mean, the pre-order bonuses were okay.
What were they?
It was some costumes, like Cleaner, Levy, and somebody else, or
So, yeah,
Mikasa.
Beyond
No, Cleaner, Levy, and Armin, I think it was. But it was just like they're attacking with traditional Japanese cleaning tools. I'm like,
Funny?
yeah. I mean, not to mention the ads that were going around in Video Game Station.
Yes.
Were just nonstop and, the Titans seemingly eat people for no reason. And I'm like, they don't eat them. They swallow them, then spit them up. Because Titans. Yeah.
And then you got the other show, which is the small one, which is they're all in high school, and it's like their own.
Oh, yeah.
They're making fun of themselves.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, Attack on Junior High or something like that.
Yeah. We need a video game of that. We need.
That I'd rather play than the actual game. Like, I'm sure the game is fine. I haven't played it. I'm not going to buy it.
Try to navigate high school without getting eaten by a giant monster.
No,
Yes.
The whole premise of that thing is the Titans eat their lunch every day.
Yeah.
I need to play this as a game.
I want to read this, not because, I mean, I don't read Attack on Titan just because it's not my niche. It's not kind of what I like to read. I mean, I know it's a fantastic story. I eventually will probably cave and read it. But Attack on Junior High seems like something I'd read just for the, giggles.
Yeah.
And the units that they use to kill the Titans, they
Yep.
actually use it to clean the wall.
Why not, right? Why not? I could definitely be behind this. This is incredible.
Yeah.
There's a lot of cool things that came out this summer.
Yeah.
We had a really good summer for games.
Yeah.
We had a really good summer for anime.
Yeah.
We had a really good summer for manga. I think nerddom just got a huge boost this summer, and I'm really happy with it.
It's funny, too, because, last year, 2015, it was only really good for horror games.
Yeah.
A lot of good quality horror games came out. Soma, Five Nights at Freddy's.
Yeah.
PT, rest in peace.
Five Nights at Freddy's, I
Now
have
it's
a gripe with.
REG.
Yeah.
REG?
REG.
REG.
It's the spiritual successor of PT.
Yeah.
I thought that was Allison Road.
Yeah.
No, it's the same setup
Yeah.
as PT.
No, this summer.
But it's actually coming out.
Yeah, this year we didn't get pretty much any horror game.
And I'm kind of okay with that.
Yeah, they oversaturated.
They oversaturated, but they were good quality. Now we're getting the rest of everything. and
That
it's really
we were
good.
expecting.
Yeah.
The JRPG and RPG market has exploded.
Oh, yeah.
We got some great stuff. It's fantastic. Bravely Second came out, I think, April. Seventh Dragon 3 Code VFD. Yeah, long title, makes little sense until you break it down. Seventh Dragon is the series. This is the third game, and the title and the subtitle of the game is Code VFD. Good game, horrible ending. That's all I'm gonna say. I couldn't.
Gameplay's nice, music's nice.
Combat style's great. Storyline up until the end is fantastic, and then it just kind of gives you a half-baked ending with no New Game Plus option.
Oh,
That killed it for me.
New Game Plus in RPGs is awesome.
It's bread and butter. Everything needs it. You have to have it.
It's not a requirement that you play through again, but it is kind of fun if you're a level 99, just this Dark Lord in the first town, he's really tough, and you're just like, yeah, and...
Well, that's kind of like with Bravely Second.
Yeah, all right.
But what you do with Bravely Second is you just crank up the difficulty so that it scales better. That's what you do with the second playthrough.
Plus, it's Square Enix who developed the game.
Yeah, plus it's Square Enix.
Oh, Square Enix, speaking of that, Final Fantasy.
Got pushed back to November because they didn't want to release a huge day one patch, which I respect.
I do too.
I very much respect that.
Except they released the prequel, basically prequel
Yeah,
to the storyline.
Kingsglaive.
Kingsglaive movie.
I've heard very mixed things.
Yeah, it's got mixed reviews, but you know what? That's fine. It's kind of how it goes.
Because you're asking Square Enix to make a movie. Okay, the visuals are going to be amazing, but it's Square Enix dialogue.
Which, they do a great story. They just need help with their dialogue.
If you break down the story of most Final Fantasy games, you'll find that they're pretty cohesive. But then you get to character interaction,
You're
like
like,
Final Fantasy X, the laughing scene.
I think they've got too many characters
Or
usually.
what's coming out, which is the remastered vision of 7.
Yeah. Although they've cut back on cameos, I've read. They cut back on the cameos, and they're going to make it a more cohesive story.
As long as they just don't put lightning and everything.
Right. The thing with Bravely Default and Bravely Second, there was only 4 main characters. So they got to really develop the character interaction. They got to really develop the story. So I think...
And it takes place right after the first game.
Well, yeah, but I'm saying the Bravely series in general, they did a fantastic job story-wise and dialogue-wise.
And voice acting-wise.
This is DJ Frost, and you are listening to Talkin' Nerdy, the nerdy talk show, probably the only one in Vermont, for all I know, that asks its guests to talk nerdy to me. But, that being said, this is a very nice family-friendly show, so you don't have to worry about anything dirty whatsoever. I am here with DJ Orange and DJ Bearman, and we are just having such a good time, aren't we, guys?
It's pretty
Kicking
great.
off the semester.
Oh, yeah, we're kicking off the semester with a bang of awesome nerdiness. So, I think I want to talk, let's talk about anime. We haven't done that all night. We really, except for a little bit before, but, I want to bring it on. So,
I love Cory in the House. My favorite anime.
isn't it, though?
Yeah.
Living in the White House, doing all that. Yeah, best anime ever.
Best anime.
Especially when he goes moe.
Yeah, right. But then there's the scene with the Demon Lord, and
Right.
Yeah, it's just standard stuff. Did you guys watch anything good over the summer?
I watched Ruby Chibi.
Right. Yes, the Ruby fan in the room, of course.
But I also watch other things like the Academy one.
Boku no Hero Academia. Yeah.
And it's staying with some of the mainstream like One Piece.
Yeah.
And a few others.
A few others, yeah. I was so busy this summer, I had to split it equally between gaming, manga, and anime. And, of course, work. Because Game Station doesn't run itself.
Yeah, I've been like watching that stuff and also playing some of like new video games that came out over the summer.
Yeah, there was... Yeah, I don't regret my decision, though. I watched some really cute ones. I watched some really, really good ones. So, I watched some cute romantic comedy types, because they're always good, especially after a stressful day, just to kind of unwind and chill out. One that I really enjoyed, actually, I watched 2 that I just loved, and they weren't romantic comedies at all. It was the Heroic Legend of Arslan, which is a historical fantasy, epic sort of anime, which just really, really well done, because it's done by Hiromu Arakawa, the person who wrote Full Metal Alchemist, and who wrote Silver Spoon. She didn't come up with the story, but she's doing the art and the manga for it, and it's just amazing. And I also watched Yona of the Dawn, which sadly needs a second season, but there's not enough to do a second season. But the storyline is just really solid and kind of makes you want more. So there's that. But then I also started the manga of both of those to try to get ahead of the anime and just kind of see if I can't learn more, because it's really compelling. Of course, and I kept up with Fairy Tail and, the normal what I do. Food Wars, too. Oh, they are doing...
The second season?
No, the manga has got really good.
Now, I should clarify that I do not follow anime as much as you guys, so when you said Food Wars, I thought you were talking about the Food Network, like Guy Fieri.
No, there's actually...
This puts it to shame.
No, it's basically the Japanese version of Iron Chef.
Well, Iron Chef is Japanese. Iron Chef was a Japanese show that we turned into Iron Chef.
Yes, but it's anime, but it's better.
The anime Japanese version of a Japanese cooking show.
What it is
better.
So what it is it's about the full title is Food Wars Shokugeki no Soma. Shokugeki is a word that means food battle. It's literally what it means is food battle, and it's about a young man named Soma who goes to the most elusive and exclusive, private cooking school in the country that gives chefs to the top restaurants in the world. It's globally recognized as the best ever. And he comes in as this no-name nobody who can cook better than some of the people who've been there since their middle school.
Right.
And he annoys people because he's so good, but yet treats it as like, oh yeah, this is fun. I can't wait to do this again, blah, blah, blah. And the other people are like, I've been working my butt off from day one and I can't even do it. And yeah, but the whole point of the thing is they solve their disputes about everything with a shokugeki, which is you name the terms. The challenger basically names the terms of the fight. So there was a bowl battle. So dons. So oyakudon, katsudon, noodle bowls, like just a complete meal. And Soma, the main character, went up against somebody who has like A5 top quality beef and made this like amazing high quality beef bowl and did this crazy stuff. And he bought all these grocery store ingredients because he's not rich or anything. And he still manages to beat her out because he cooked it better. And it just, the best part about the manga is it gives you recipes in the back that you can actually cook at home.
That isn't.
And they're amazing.
I might be interested in checking some of those out,
The
actually.
the manga is written by a mangaka as well as a professional head chef. Yeah.
Really?
The head chef gives him the recipes and all that stuff, and the mangaka obviously draws it and story. But yeah, though it's really, really fantastic. The recipes are really fun and cool, and you wouldn't think about it normally.
No.
And it just works.
I mean, that's like one of the reasons I really appreciate anime. It's like because it can take something as like I won't say mundane as like cook-offs, because cook-offs can be pretty interesting if you're involved, but it can just take something like that and like make it into like I have to watch every single episode.
Yeah, and you can find Soma relatable at least in some way because he might be this guy who doesn't everything, but he tries really hard. He puts a lot of effort into it, and he loves making mistakes because he can learn from them. Like, he likes to feed people his mistakes, too. So, like, charbroiled squid legs in peanut butter. Or
That
honey.
sounds delicious.
It's not, but yes, actually kind of does sound good. Now that I think about it.
Really?
Well, no, in the manga, it makes people go, bleh.
Right.
And it's like, Soma, you're so mean. You're torturing us with your horrible designs. But it's also quote unquote ecchi. It's got a lot of quote unquote fan service, but not really in the traditional sense. So when they eat food that's really good, you see this huge spread of like this page of the woman, of like the man or woman just like dying in a huge like fantasized scene, and then it's back to reality like that. And it's just so entertaining because it's so exaggerated and just great, and you just go, wow.
I'm gonna have to check this out.
And the anime is really good. So the anime is almost word for word to the manga, at least the first 8 or 9 volumes, and then the second season of that is airing now. I'm not sure how far it gets. I haven't been watching it, but the other big one that I was reading this summer is Assassination Classroom. Although I'm not looking forward to the end. I know it ends well, but I know it ends sad, which is always unfortunate.
I just know that the main antagonist, I think, looks like the Walmart Happy Pin.
Yes, he's not. Koro-sensei isn't an antagonist, but he's not he's like a protagonist, but he's not the bad guy either. It's hard to explain. It's one of those people that you root for even though they're going to threaten to destroy the world.
Just one of those things.
It's one of those I can't hate you.
Yellow tentacle thingy.
Yeah.
Synthesized, man-made, whatever.
Happy, smiley Walmart.
Oh,
mutation.
He doesn't just make like the happy face. He makes all of the faces.
Like all the emojis.
His face.
Emoji monster. That's what he is.
His face can do different things based on. It's great.
All right.
It's funny too. So.
Especially if you understand the plot.
Oh yeah, the plot is just hilarious. You kids are the worst kids ever in this school, and you're that way because I say you are, says the principal. Total.
Word.
Yeah,
Word.
word. I can't. I'm going through words in my head, and I can't say a single one of them on the air. He is one of those.
All right.
And these kids basically have been given up on until Koro-sensei comes along and teaches them, and they become like the smartest kids. Oh, by the way, they have to assassinate him, or else he'll blow up the world.
So
They were given guns by the government.
They can't hurt each other with the guns, nor do they want to, but there's special anti-him material. So like if you hit him with it, it blows off his arm or something crazy like that. So they've got these weapons that are designed to kill him, but he can move at Mach 30. Because why not? And yeah, he's like this. He is like Saitama from One Punch Man, but more. It's great. But they have to assassinate him, and if they do, they get like 1 billion yen or something like that, and they'll have saved the world. Now, the ending I know some of. The world does get saved, but not in the way you anticipate, and it's really sad.
We all become tentacle monsters.
Exactly! Although that is one of the possible... No.
If I guessed that, I would feel super bad.
No, not at all. No, I'm not going to spoil it for people, because I don't want to spoil it for myself.
All right.
But yeah, no, they do a really good job with the ending, but it's just sad. It's bittersweet is the best way to put it.
Well, that's the way with again, as someone with not a lot of experience with anime, that's still the case for me, even as a kind of newcomer. It's still sad to see these characters go.
Yeah, I mean, it's bittersweet that the anime is over, but also the ending is itself bittersweet. Because you don't want it to happen, but you know it happens. You just know what's going to happen. And the way it happens is apparently just the, most cringy, not cringiest in, the horror kind of genre way, but, cringy is no, why'd you have to make him do it kind of way.
At least it's not the cringiest anime ever.
No, I think that belongs to... Actually, there's a few that could belong to.
No, in the anime community, it's Watamote.
I don't even know. I think that Monster Musume is more cringy. And I actually think High School DxD is more cringy. Because it's so fan servicey, it's just not even worth watching.
I mean, but does fan servicey necessarily equate to bad quality? Because Monster Musume,
yeah.
Musume. I mean, I've seen a couple episodes of that, and it's drawn well.
No,
it's not
it's not bad quality. It's just art doesn't necessarily. It's not bad art. It's just bad story or just you're doing this to show off panties and boobs. We understand.
Yeah,
that's the unfortunate part. And I can't get behind that. I started watching High School DxD because I thought I'd give it a shot. I couldn't get past the fifth... no, not even the fifth. I couldn't get past the third episode. It was just there is no substance to this anime. It is all ecchi. That is its entire purpose. Which, I can't get behind that, but, there are people in this world... That's what they want. You know what? That's fine.
Yeah. Except lately, there's some decent ones that have come out.
Yes, there are very good ones with, there's great anime with some fan service installed, but the storyline is worth watching. So you got to find one that works for you. I think is the best way to put it.
Yeah. And, Sword Art Online, which people have mixed feelings about, but the better
Season one was good.
SAO is one of those things I get hate for liking it, but I liked it. I liked season 1. Season 2 kind of made it a little more real. There was a little bit more dark to it, which I think was good.
Yeah, I can see that.
I think the direction they're going with it is good. Make Kirito less of a Mary Sue and more of a, this is kind of what I want.
Yeah, but without getting too spoilery,
SAO2's been out for long enough. I think
this is SAO, just one.
That's been
that's spoiler free.
So, all right, Kirito at one point has access to the mainframe of the game.
Yes,
and he sorts through what I can only assume is months of code within 5 minutes, and instead of doing something to unlock some of the helmets or something, he does it to save an AI.
Yes.
Because this AI, who was meant to spread cheer, went to him because apparently he and his girlfriend wife, and then girlfriend. No, literally goes wife, then girlfriend. Wife, then girlfriend.
Soon, which will eventually become wife again because we know how this works.
Right. We're the only two people in the history of this game to feel happy consistently for over a long period of time.
Because they decided to move on and just accept things.
Yeah, but I mean...
It's kind of Mary Sue.
He shifted through months of code.
I don't even think he did that. He basically typed in a command to save her for like 2 seconds. That's all he was able to do. I don't think he shifted through. He didn't go, oh, that's code. That's code 2. Let's go look at this code. No, he went, okay, type. Okay, I put her in this crystal before he got locked out within 5 seconds.
All right, that's fair.
I mean, I don't think he sat there. If he could have unlocked the helmets, I'm sure he would have. Because that's kind of what he ended up doing at the end of SAO 1 arc, guess. At the end of Aincrad, he basically was able to unlock all the helmets by kicking Kayaba's butt.
He didn't technically win.
No, he didn't. But Kayaba also cheated.
Yeah.
Well, he won the second time.
I actually like that Kirito is more of a Mary Sue than the guy who made a world so he could be a Mary Sue.
Right? Yeah. It's like, I'm going to out-Mary Sue you in your own world. And he's like, okay, you know what? Yes. Yes, you can do that.
I respect you.
Okay, you know what? Okay.
And then there's the other side of the spectrum, which is Log Horizon.
Log Horizon is way better. I love Log Horizon. I wish there was more.
Yeah.
They're held up on it. They need to, they have 2 seasons of it, which is great. They are waiting for more.
It's the same concept as SAO, but...
Except there's no way to get out.
Yeah.
You are literally transferred to that world. You are now part of that world.
Honestly, I liked SAO Season 1. I saw some of SAO... no, actually, I haven't seen SAO 2. But, yeah, I'm definitely interested in the concept of,
the MMOs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lot of that now.
Yeah. Log Horizon does it very well. The basic premise is... I wouldn't even call Shiro a Mary Sue.
No, he's the villain with glasses.
He's the villain with glasses. He is ridiculously smart and is not afraid to be the bad guy in the public eye.
See, I don't... Because Mary Sues are kind of inevitable in anime, I think.
Yeah.
But, my only problem with Kirito is that his Mary Sue-ness dwarfed other people's Mary Sue-ness.
Yeah.
Asuna, she's the fastest person in this game till he
Kirito
levels up.
technically has the fastest reaction time. She's just the fastest.
Oh,
it's
right.
weird. He has the fastest reaction time, although that technically could go to Yuki, with the girl at the end of SAO 2. Spoilers, I guess. Kirito, basically after Aincrad, said, I'm never going to fight Sirius ever again because I can't deal with it mentally. Literally says that. Yes.
You guys can't see my face right now, but it's like a mixture of, laughter / confusion,
Right.
/ what?
So he literally was the best fighter ever. And then decided, I don't like who I was back then. I'm just going to fight for fun now. Instead of, I'm going to fight to save my hide. And for the rest of everybody else's hides. There's a noticeable shift in his ability. But he's still really Mary Sue because it's Kirito.
Right.
But somebody is able to beat him, who is this girl Yuki, who is, you find out, is dying of AIDS. Not that she's like a young girl. She inherited it from her mother, who got it from somewhere, from some bad, I think, medical
Fusion.
transfusion. Blood transfusion. Yeah. So just an unfortunate tale. And turns out Kayaba isn't as bad as you think he is. He's actually a good guy, but did bad things for the right reason. It was bad.
I'm pretty fine with now that I think about it, now we're discussing it, I think that my major problem with Sword Art Online is Kirito.
That's most people's. I don't mind him as much just because I can push him aside and focus on the other stuff. And he gets better in SAO 2.
Yeah, that's true. But if you don't like that, you always have the Abridged series.
Yeah.
Which that got taken down by Sony.
Oh.
Because Sony.
Should we talk about the YouTube thing that just happened?
We can talk about that in a little bit, but yeah, that was, I
Say bye to your favorite channels.
right? We're censoring content now. Yeah.
And not in, hardcore.
It's not going to last.
No.
No.
Because
It's going to last all of 5 seconds, and then people are going to be like, you serious, YouTube? You serious?
The YouTube is over party is trending on Twitter.
Mm-hmm. It's not going to, it's probably not even going to put into practice at this rate.
No, because if anything, what happened last semester with the Fine Brothers.
Yeah, the
whole internet community went...
The internet community shut that down.
Yeah.
The internet community will shut this down.
The first video with them was like so happy, hey, we're trademarking it, and the second one they looked so worn down.
They're like, we're sorry, we can't actually trademark this. Sorry.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, you think?
Well, after they lose like about 1,000 subscribers in a week.
They lost millions,
millions of subscribers
Hey.
in a week.
Yeah, 2 million, I think.
and they didn't come back. I don't
No.
blame them.
I haven't watched Define Brothers video since.
No, I wouldn't.
I mean, I kind of respect them reversing it because they didn't have to, I guess.
I found
But they
another
wouldn't have.
Reacts
They
channel.
wouldn't have won.
No,
They
they would
wouldn't
have made some money, but
No, they wouldn't have gotten the trademark. There's no way.
I thought they got the trademark. They were just like, when
No.
they
No,
announced-
no, you can't trademark
They
reaction.
were told you cannot trademark that because you were not the one who came up with it. Not to mention everybody else is already doing it.
Well, I thought that like the thing was they weren't trademarking like the word; they were trademarking the style, the exact style of
Right.
reaction videos.
They weren't the first ones to do it,
oh, right.
which is why. You know,
To be fair, they're pretty good at them.
they're
When I-
good at them. That's all they do.
Yeah.
Like, but at the same time, they weren't the first, and people are just like, no, just no.
Nah.
Now YouTube is. Hopefully, it sticks around because I like watching my YouTube videos. There's some great people who I watch on there, but they're not going to stick around if they're just
Well,
if they're censored that
I
hard.
mean, it's like another video sharing site will pop up. I mean, it will take a while, but it will pop up.
I don't think it'll take that long, to be honest.
No, you give them enough money and funding with Patreon and the internet community, it'll pop up.
Yeah.
I'm gonna laugh if some of the big YouTubers are the ones who like form it.
No, they will. If they're getting censored, the best part about YouTube is they don't censor. It's literally a place to free speech.
I mean,
The one thing they do is you're 18 up. That's fine. That's the kind of censorship I'm okay with. Like, yeah, this is mature, so mature people should be able to watch it. It's laughably easy to get around it, but that's the internet for you.
Well, I mean, like some of the what do we have like a copy of the thing? The actual like I know that one of them is you can't talk about events that might be like upsetting.
Triggering, yeah.
Yeah.
It's the way I heard it was it's every social justice warrior's blank dream.
It's basically political correctness to its height.
Well, I mean, like
Yeah.
I understand not wanting to like offend people on a mass scale.
At the same
But-
time, they don't have to watch those videos.
Yes, exactly. Like you don't have to watch like Politiguy 321 his take on
No, you don't.
Dutch shoes.
No. They're parody. A lot of the time it's just parody anyway.
Yeah. Like I mean, I want to watch Markiplier or the Super Best Friends play video games. And they'll swear, they'll do whatever, they'll play
Yeah.
violent video games. I want to watch that.
You know,
And,
people need to get over it. It's the internet.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, we here are restricted by FCC regulations.
Yes.
But that's fine. We signed up for this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, you know, I think we're doing pretty well as a
Oh, yeah. I mean, I'm censoring myself by saying blank and
Yeah.
other things and word because I can't say words. But, you know, that's fine. We're family friendly here. Other places aren't family friendly. You know what? That's fine.
Yeah.
That's perfectly fine.
like if you wanted to get your like I don't know, like edgier content, you wouldn't come to us.
Yeah.
You would go on YouTube
YouTube.
to get that.
Right. Or anywhere on the internet.
Yeah.
You know, the internet is for corn.
Yes.
Right. Corn.
And if you wanted to listen to three guys talk about video games in a relatively family-friendly way,
Yes.
like geeky family-friendly
Right.
stuff.
If you want to see three guys beep about beep 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 beep, that's what YouTube's for.
Yeah, we're not that, but we'll try to entertain you regardless.
I think we're doing a good job, to be honest.
Yeah.
Using fun words like corn and word and that thing.
Yeah.
That's all fun and games.
I got to talk about Corey in the house. I'm happy.
right?
Yeah,
That show actually wasn't half bad when it was on Disney.
It was
It
pretty
was-
good.
Now it's a meme.
Is it a meme, really?
Yeah,
Oh my god.
it's a huge meme.
That's amazing. Oh, I actually posted on the DJ Frost Facebook page Tuesday some awesome memes, like the
memes.
shower meme. Hey, how do nerds shower? Just like you, stupid. First we get all nice and wet, then we roll for initiative. Yes. And I'm like, yes, that's actually true though. Don't tell your friends.
All right, so did I tell you guys? One time I was playing XCOM for so long that my girlfriend and I were having a conversation. I had consciously, I moved up like three blocks, air quotes, like 3 blocks. I took 3 steps forward and then just stopped. Didn't say a thing. And she just looked at me. And I'm like, oh, it's still my turn.
That's incredible.
It's hardcore.
Especially since XCOM 2 is interesting.
Oh, I still need to play that.
Is it good?
Especially with the DLC with Vol and stuff.
That does sound really good. What about the new XCOM that's coming out?
There's a new one coming out?
They announced one that's coming out sooner or later.
Might be an expansion to this one.
I don't know.
Because with the Vol and DLC, it's like she basically made a... she basically messed around with the ancient tribal aliens.
That's never good.
That does sound...
Like, for instance, a Viper King that has over 20 health.
No. All of the no.
And then a Berserker Queen that has 30.
Yep. It is the XCOM thing is a pre-order for some new content for it.
Yeah, and there's also console version coming out.
Yes.
Which is nice, but it's getting delayed, which is, I'm fine with delays.
Yeah.
As long as it has quality. It's not...
As long as they're doing it on purpose. Like, doing it for quality purposes, not... let's release it closer to holiday.
Yes, but now it's like with the whole system and the tier system, you could choose either one, but you can also retrain them.
Which is nice, I think.
With a spare engineer.
That's a plus.
That is.
And, you don't get your base in the mountain.
No. But you do get like a helicarrier.
Yeah, you do.
Which, I mean, helicarrier, mountain base.
Oh, well, that's interesting.
What's up?
I'm just scrolling through news and stuff, find some nerdy stuff. The Legend of Zelda amiibos I mentioned come out on the 2nd of December.
Holiday season. It's as if this was planned.
And,
They know they're fans.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to buy them anyway, but I'm also an amiibo, something that rhymes with sore. I'm having fun making up words.
All right. Yeah.
No, I really love amiibos. I collect them. I have like 50 of them, maybe more.
Jeez.
Yeah. Maybe... You know what I'll do? If you folks, you kind listeners out there, go online and go to facebook.com and search for DJ Frost's WLMC, I will post my amiibo collection. I will do this.
That's a
so
lot
make
of
sure you give me a
amiibos.
like, and I will post that picture later tonight, probably after the show when I can have access to upload the picture. But yeah, I will do this. And you will see how ridiculous my amiibo collection is. And I don't even have all the ones that I want, man. I want the rest of the Super Smash
Not to
Bros.
mention
one.
they keep coming out with more.
Right? I mean... Disclaimer, I don't have any of the Animal Crossing ones, nor will I get the Animal Crossing ones. Not something that interests me. I have most of the Smash Bros. Ones.
Yeah.
I have all of the Splatoon ones. I have the Wolf Link one, obviously, because I bought Twilight Princess.
Right.
I feel like I've got some others that I'm not thinking of. I don't have many of the Super Mario series, because they all had Smash Bros. Versions. And I don't have any of the Kirby series, because, again, not something I'm... jumping at the bit to buy.
Especially with the new game that just got released.
Planet Robobot's actually incredibly fun.
Yeah, I know. I played
Wait,
it.
there was a new Kirby game released?
Yeah.
You
for
in
the
a mech
3DS.
suit.
You are Kirby with mechs.
That
It's
is
amazing.
All right, Kirby's pretty OP as is.
But the mech suit could also transform into things.
Yeah, the mech suit can get different. It's a Kirby mech suit. It's amazing.
Nope.
Dude, I played the game. It's a lot of fun.
I believe you. I'm just trying the nightmare of this small pink blob who that can transform into anything with a mech suit that can also transform into anything.
You swallow a wheel with the mech suit, you become an actual race car.
It's awesome.
Nope.
This is DJ Frost, and you are listening to Talkin' Nerdy, the wonderful nerdy talk show where I ask my guests to talk clean to me. Just kidding. Talk nerdy to me. Oh, but in a clean way. I promise.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Yeah.
Anyway.
It's like we talk clean, but we just kind of like stare awkwardly.
We do.
Yeah.
So if you imagine nerds in a basement, that's us.
Yeah.
We're good at this game.
Yeah.
We're actually the stereotypical nerds right now. I can't believe it. The only thing we need to be doing is throwing dice.
I probably have some somewhere.
You know, I have some in my bag. I'm not getting up.
Yeah.
I'm attached to the wall right now with the headphones. Yeah.
Especially since Dragons D&D is now on Twitch.
It is.
Yeah, people have been D&D.
Yes.
Here's something I put to you guys. What would you say if 1 week we just did a Pathfinder RPG? Just 1 week. We did that.
I would say that it has to be a chaotic evil only campaign.
No, because of the audience.
All right, fair.
Okay, if we weren't censored, absolutely.
I think the newest Pathfinder is Age of Steel, which is everybody's back in the basically caveman era.
I don't know what the newest one is actually.
It's Path of Steel, and it's basically set into the medieval area that is Ayers Rock.
Oh, it's in the Australia. Right.
All right.
Well, Australia, quote unquote.
Well, you get bone armor.
Did I?
Yeah. Well, you can make bone armor now. This is stuff that already exists in Pathfinder. There's a little bit that's it.
But it's like it goes back to the prequel to everything.
Yes
Did
and
I
no.
ever tell you guys there was this one campaign that my friend ran, and it was supposed to be horror game, like hardcore horror
Like
game.
Path of Cthulhu type.
It ran off the same system, but my character had 18 strength and 17 size. So I was like literally Arnold Schwarzenegger.
That's amazing.
Now, in this system, you roll low. The lower you
It's a
roll...
D10 system, right?
D100.
Oh, right, D100. So, yeah, 2 D10s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or
percentiles.
Yeah. And
no, I know. Low is better. If you roll 100, you're screwed.
Yeah, like...
I know exactly the system you're talking about.
One of these giant monsters came through, and it's basically like imagine a hammerhead shark
Yep.
with a human body melded with a clicker from Last of Us.
Ew.
And it tried to get into a door. We were in like an abandoned hotel. And I'm like, all right, I'm going to hold the door back. Roll a 1.
Oh, that one.
That's good.
Yeah,
That's the equivalent of rolling a nat 20.
it hits the door. My character's like, not
Nope.
today. I kick down the door, kick it so hard, the creature falls back and then falls through a wall opposite. I Kool-Aid manned him.
Oh, yeah!
Yes.
That is amazing.
It was pretty great.
Yeah, I've been playing with the same Pathfinder group for 5 years now. I obviously I'm not doing it while I'm here at school, and that's understandable. But
No, the ones that are the ones that are on Twitch and everything, they use the Roll20 sort of thing.
yeah, Roll20 is nice. But so I've had a lineage, and it's great. So my first character was a man named Gromril. Actually, not a man; he's a dwarf, and his aspiration was to become the best brewer ever, and he succeeded. He did really well, all the while saving the world. Not once, but twice.
Nice.
Because that's how things roll. He was a 2-campaign character that kind of connected up. And, our world is one world, so everything that happens has happened within this world. And, it's fun because we can hint back to our old characters and things like that.
That's always good.
Well, the campaign we started this summer, his son is now my character. His name is Thoril. And Thoril wants to be a better brewer than his father, Gromril. Of course, Thoril can't do it on Galarian, where we were, because we got transported to another place, because reasons. Oh, yeah, Cthulhu. That's the reason. Because Cthulhu.
It's always Cthulhu.
Well, Cthulhu's in Pathfinder now. He has stats and everything. He's impossible to kill. He's
one of the ethereal beings.
Yeah.
He's CR 30 Mythic 10.
Ah.
So, by the way, your character's maxed out at 20. So, a group of 5 level 20s is a CR 20 party. 4 level 20s is a CR 20 party. You need a lot to kill Cthulhu.
See, that's similar to... Well, it's kind of similar to BRP, where Cthulhu is easy to kill, but once you kill him, he turns into a green mist and then comes back angrier.
No. See, this way, Cthulhu's already the hardest thing to kill. And then he comes back, twice.
Yeah, no.
Once or twice. No, it's he's there if your DM really hates you.
Yeah.
So,
Apparently
Basically-
Cthulhu's everywhere because now it's in WoW.
yeah. Yeah, he's...
It's the year of the Kraken.
Yeah.
The Kraken.
It's pretty bad. But the best part about my character is the voice, because it annoys the ever-living crap out of one of our players, and it's amazing. Hello, I'm Thoril Gromrilson, and I'm making the best beer in the land. Now, the best part about me is I'm always drinking, always making more beer. and it is fun, friggin-tastic. Now, of course, he's a little bit more foul-mouthed.
Right.
His charisma is 8. He's a very good-looking dwarf. He's just blunt. Blunt and foul-mouthed. But he's really strong and really dexterous. He's a 2-weapon fighter. His father's a 2-handed weapon. He's 2-weapon. Little different.
Yeah.
But,
At least you could see in the dark.
yeah. 60 feet, yeah. So, but he set up a brewery. He said, okay, 2 of us were there the day we got our promised rewards for the quest. We each chose one of the 3 rewards because we were only allowed to choose 2. Everybody else should have been here. And when we got our rewards, I took it and immediately turned it into a brewery. It was glorious. Fantastic. And now he makes the best beer in that area. Of course, this has gotten him into trouble because he's the only one who can make beer that good. And he's selling it illegally because he needs a license of some sort. And he doesn't do licenses. He's chaotic good. He does what he wants.
So you're a dwarven brewing mob boss, kind of.
No, it's because he's just it's a kingdom builder campaign, so we only have a small town that's building. I'm sure it's getting bigger and bigger. Kingdom building is one of my
What
favorites.
class?
He's
Same.
a fighter.
Oh, okay.
He's a fighter with good dex, good strength, and good wisdom because he needs it for the brewing. But he loves just messing around and loves, upsetting. Can't say the other word. One of the characters who's all prim and proper and like, well, this is how it works, and this is blah blah blah, like charismatic and stuff. And then, it's. Oh, so we got a question coming in from one of the listeners to explain what a Mary Sue is. We should answer this before that particular listener, my girlfriend, has to go to sleep. So, a Mary Sue is like
The worst.
it's not the worst, but like the best. Like the character who's the main character, who has all the good powers, who isn't gonna lose because he's the main character.
Yeah.
And nothing bad will ever happen to him because he's the main character.
Anime plot armor.
Like you ever
Yes.
you ever like whatever media you like, I'm not sure, I don't know. But whichever media you like, there's always a character that or the writers wants to put him in there.
Right, the character that will never die. So, Daryl Dixon in The Walking Dead.
Yeah.
Except he's not a Mary Sue because he's actually likable.
Yeah. Mary Sue's if you ever see a character that just won't die and gets everything right and everyone's like, "You're so cool."
All right. The best. She just said, Mary Sue just seems like a contradictory name. It sounds very plain and not special.
Yeah.
That's the point.
It comes from old television.
Yeah.
It I read that it originated from like a this female psychologist who was a fan of Star Trek. She wrote like a parody fan fiction where the main character's name was Mary Sue.
That's glorious.
And she was like, "Oh yes, I'm the highest ranking member of Starfleet and I'm only 15
and I'm only going to save the world every day.
and I'm better than like Kirk and Spock. I have the leadership skills of 20 Kirks put together
And it's like,
and I'm 10 times smarter than Spock."
which is, yeah, it's basically, they're trying too hard to make their character the best.
It's
So, as a comparison, there's Kirito. He is a Mary Sue. You look at Natsu, the main character of Fairy Tail, or one of them. He's got flaws. He's got, he can't win every fight. He's not going to win every fight. Obviously there's a bit of Mary Sue in everything.
Yeah.
The main character is going to win because that's what people like. You don't want to see your heroes fail every time, and you want to see them ultimately succeed. But Mary Sue's don't fail. They just
No.
don't. I mean, Kirito failed maybe once. Not even.
Yeah, even then wasn't it like on a technicality?
Yeah. No, it was because Kayaba cheated.
Yeah.
And then he also, lost because his first guild went into a place where they shouldn't have gone, and they all died because he was too high level, and, I'm such a,
Yeah, but I think he could have cleared that, couldn't he?
He did. He just didn't want to reveal that he was that high level. He could have
So
saved
those
it.
deaths are totally on him.
No, they
That
they
scarred
died.
him for life.
Well, they died before he could unlock or unleash his whatever.
Oh.
Because he was fighting the other half of the room. He said, don't touch that, it's a trap. They touch it anyway. And then blah, 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 blah. And the one girl's like, I don't blame you because I knew you're a good person deep down, blah, blah, blah. It's like, Mary Sue.
Yeah, basically, if you ever have a character, like, go up to another character and, like, wonder or say, why are you so perfect? That character's probably Mary Sue.
Oh, yes. I mean, what's famous Mary Sue? Naruto?
Yeah, but Naruto is, like...
No, not in lately.
Not lately, but, like...
no, at the end.
Start
At the
early,
end, he
early
was
Naruto.
I think lately he was more, like, Mary Sue-ish.
Yeah.
But, like, in the beginning, he was like, nobody respects me.
Yeah. Who else?
Daryl Dixon, yeah.
Daryl,
you
but
know that
he's...
one.
He is the Mary Sue with the plot armor, but he's not a Mary Sue because he deserves all of that. Norman Reedus deserves that respect.
Yeah, I mean...
Norman Reedus is a certified BA.
There are certain actors that I think just kind of have that Mary Sue armor, and when you see them, you're like, yeah, sure.
I mean, some of them earn it, some of them are just...
We don't say Mary Sue in the anime community. It's more like anime plot armor.
Yeah, Mary Sue's been thrown around a lot more because of SAO.
Bella Swan was Mary Sue. Everyone flocked to her. Really, all the Twilight characters were kind of Mary Sue in their own way.
Twilight is just awfully written, and
I mean, you remember when
doesn't
that was
help.
popular?
I do. It was awful.
Yeah.
It doesn't help the fact that the same author basically did the same thing with the same characters, except switched genders.
Yeah, it's
Well, it was fan fiction when it started out.
it was.
Or was it?
No, that was 50 Shades.
Oh, all right.
That 50 Shades was fanfic of that.
Yeah.
And then, God, no, we're not talking about this. But yeah, Mary Sue are just... Well, they're no good.
No. they're not good.
That's the long and short of it. I mean, they're good, but they're usually the good guy.
They can be very fun to watch if you can recognize a Mary Sue in the wild. They can be very, very fun to watch.
I almost want to put Superman in the Mary Sue category.
Yeah, I mean, it depends. Some writers are just like full out like he's perfect. I think that things are like interesting because when they take it from when they look at it from the example of he is a human in mindset, but he just has godlike powers.
Yeah.
So you have to see him like dealing with that, like, you know, I need to rest, but
yeah, it's he's I don't know. I'm just trying to relate it to the different kind of fandoms.
yeah, it's Mary Sue is something you can see, but like when you try to Mary Sue is something you can see, but when you try to describe it, it's kind of difficult, like to pick out certain examples.
I mean,
Unless you
the
know
best
the
one is
history behind
Kirito.
it.
Like just Kirito.
Yeah, or I'm gonna get probably flack for saying this off somewhere, but Batman.
Batman, yeah.
He has a contingency plan for everything.
Yeah.
And I love Batman.
Yeah, I think he's less Mary Sue than others. Because, I don't know, at the same time, dark backstory, justice warrior, pretty Mary Sue.
Yeah.
But, hard to say. It really is, I don't know, if you see a character that just annoys you because nothing bad happens to them and they always win. Yeah.
What's this? I found another winning lottery ticket?
Oh, how good. Now, they play that up a lot in parodies because it's a parody, but yeah. It's, I don't know, that's I guess the long and short of a Mary Sue.
Yeah.
They're fun to watch in their own right, but yeah, that's about it.
I mean, if you could put yourself in the shoes of a Mary Sue, then it's fun. But if you're watching it, it's fun for different reasons, I guess, like to make fun of.
Yeah. I don't know. It's all. Yeah, it's. I don't know. I'm trying to really think of a better Mary Sue than Kirito, but I can't.
No.
He is the Mary Sue of Mary Sues.
You have to watch like every single thing in anime.
And TV and.
And read comic strips and manga.
Yeah.
You don't have that much time.
I don't.
Here's a good example. Basically, have a dark, gritty drama and implement a regular sitcom character.
Yup.
Who is just like, oh no, how wacky. While the rest of the cast is like,
Dark.
I can't believe this has happened.
Yep.
What's
pretty much.
going on?
Mary Sue!
Yeah.
I found him! Or her.
Or Gary Stu, alternatively.
Yeah. Exactly. So, it's just something to keep in mind, and poke fun at when you see them.
Oh yeah.
I mean, that's not to say they're all bad. Some of them are very well written. It's just, you know what's going on.
Well, like speaking of well-written Mary Sue's and going back to DC stuff or Batman.
Yeah, well written, but a Mary Sue.
Yeah, I mean, I think all DC and a lot of Marvel. I mean, comic books, like,
They've been better about it recently.
yeah,
They realize that
Superman got nerfed, which I appreciate.
Mary Sue's worked in the 50s. Yeah, 50s comic book heroes, just in general.
Yeah, the
There you go.
Superman that can pull like the entire solar system with a chain
Yeah.
around. Yeah, no,
The just, yeah.
those are really entertaining to read.
Oh my god, yes.
Especially during World War II.
Yeah.
The Captain America of the 50s and 40s, Mary Sue.
Oh yeah.
Well, he was propaganda too, but the Mary Sue of the times, yeah.
My favorite thing about those classic like Superman things is always Superman just being really mean on the cover. Like there's one of him like him and Aquaman and Jimmy Olsen in the desert. And he has a glass of water, and they're both dying, and they're like, Superman, help us. And he's like, who's ever my best friend will get this glass of water.
Yeah, because he could just go get more and like
Yeah.
the speed of sound. He could honestly just carry them out of there, but whatever.
Yeah. He's just like, I'm sorry. And then the comic, it'll be like a page of that, and then it will just be like, I'm sorry, Jimmy, I had to test you.
Yeah.
By almost killing you.
Yeah. But yeah, no. Yeah. I don't know. I like the Mary Sue characters, but at the same time,
They have an appeal to
they do have an appeal, a certain appeal. But,
Yeah.
you know.
All right, I'm gonna try to see if I can show you the Shogun because I think you'll really like the design.
No, I think it'll be fantastic. In the meantime, I'll continue before we got completely tangent. By the way, this show's other name is Nerdy Tangents because that's all we do here.
Well, it is Landmark.
It is Landmark, but it's also nerds. Nerds never stick around and just,
We tend to go to different areas and then come back.
yeah.
Yeah.
Which is fine. That's how it works. But no, yeah, no. Yes. Oh my God, yes. He looks fantastic. I'll post a picture of that too. So, after the show, first of all, like Landmark College Radio Facebook page. Also, like DJ Frost at WLMC Facebook page. And if you like that Facebook page, you will see not only the Amiibo collection, but the Shogun.
Marcellus Black,
Yes.
the Shogun of the Row.
Exactly. It'll be friggin' amazing.
And the 2 memes you post on Tuesday.
Yes, those you'll also see, which are, one of them was soup, if you know what I'm talking about.
Soup means?
Soup.
Memes?
No.
I am soup.
I am soup.
I am soup.
I am soup.
I'm in soup.
I am in soup.
Soup?
What do you mean you're in soup?
What are you talking?
Do you know what I'm talking about now?
Yeah.
That.
I went to get clothes.
Yes. Where are you now? I'm in soup. What do you mean you're in soup? Why did you go to the soup store to buy clothes? Yes, that's on there, as well as the nerdy shower meme, which is how do nerds shower just like you, stupid. First we get all nice and wet, then we roll for initiative. Which is true.
Yes.
Kind of. No, I'm not going to deny it. It's true.
Yeah,
I have to roll for initiative. How am I supposed to know what's going in what order?
Yeah, when you go in the shower, the first thing you do is you set your towel down, you get your D20 out, and then you roll it. You roll it and you see if you do first.
Yeah, and sometimes you roll a 1, and you know what? You get to slip in the shower that day.
Yeah.
How bad it is depends on the next roll.
Also roll a 1.
We do rolling criticals in the shower, by the way. That means if you get 20s, you get to keep going.
I know, I was watching this one stream where this one guy, he was digging a hole to bury something, and he rolled a nat 1 3 times.
What did he end up doing? Burying himself?
Hitting his foot
Oh, that's
with the shovel.
best nat 1 story.
I feel like, that would just cut your
no.
foot off.
I was once. This is with Gromril, Thorol's father. Well, we had somehow stumbled upon some clockwork, like steampunk limbs. So like a hand, 2 hands, and I think we got a leg or something, which really cool. It gave extra dex and some really cool powers. No, it was eyes and 2 hands, which great for our archer. So the archer needed his hands cut off and needed surgery done. One of us had the heal skill, but no real way to remove limbs. So Gromril, being drunk and having infinite wisdom, best thing about Gromero was he's never actually drunk. He just drinks all the time.
Yeah.
So he's permanently drunk, so much so that his stats aren't affected. He's got the tolerance of a beer truck. So yes. So he's like, okay, I'll do it. And they're like, okay, great. Knock him out. Okay, magic. He's now asleep. He won't feel a thing. Raise my axe. My DM's like, okay, roll your D20. I'm like, oh, he's like, what? I rolled a 1. Okay, roll again to see how bad it is. 2.
Ooh.
Oh, okay, roll a D4. I'm like, okay. 4.
Oh.
And he's like, okay, 1 would have been miss completely, 2 would have been arm, 3 would have been leg, 4 you cut off his head. So you cut off his head. His head rolls, and I go, I'm like, oops. Well, that wasn't that wasn't on purpose. And they go, oh my god! Freaking out. They grab the head, put it on. The druid casts regenerate. The oracle casts breath of life. He wakes up and goes, what happened? And you just see me wiping blood off my axe, drinking a beer. Nothing.
I like it.
I wasn't allowed to do surgeries from then on. But it was just amazing.
I feel like we could fill up like an entire show's worth of like crazy D&D stories.
I want to someday tell the tale of Sir Barrington.
That was it's the lore of that is funny.
The tale of Sir Barrington. I will search it up and read it word for word, except for words that aren't allowed to be said.
Right.
But I will say it word for word, because the long and short of it is a bear was able to pass off as human. And everybody bought it. Because all his ranks went into bluff and disguise.
GG.
And he had a butler follow him around with an amulet of bear speak.
Awesome.
The story is incredible and amazing, and maybe next week we'll do that, because Sir Barrington is a story that needs to be told.
It's
Yeah,
the
I'm
lore
down.
of D&D.
Yeah.
It is one of the things that the internet just went, you win.
Yeah.
And the first of all, for things to happen, you have to have really good players and really good DM who just lets it go. Yeah, I'll let you in on one of the things. One time, Sir Barrington gets caught out. Like, he's a bear! And they took, was like, I'm sorry, Sir Barrington, we'll take him away. And they took him to the dungeon to be executed because he blasphemed against Sir Barrington.
Sir Barrington, the most powerful of noble houses.
Right?
If I remember right, it was at a gala.
Yeah, it was at a gala with the king, and it was just one of the guards suddenly rolled a nat 20 on his perception check, and like, oh my god, it's a bear! It's amazing. So yeah, look forward to that next week, for sure.
Yep.
As well as some more personal stories from the great beyond, aka role-playing experiences, because there was some ridiculous stuff that went on, just in general. I mean, I will find a list, first of all. I've read compilations of Tumblr posts where people post about their ridiculousness.
Tumblr, Reddit.
I don't know. Do I want to I don't know if I want to travel down the Tumblr hole, though.
Yeah.
Be
That's-
careful.
I like how you're not like, Reddit might be too bad, but Tumblr, oh.
Well, Reddit we don't speak about.
Oh.
Yeah, we just... It's one of those places where if you see it posted on another website, you're good.
Yeah.
If you go there, you know...
Prepare for flame war.
Yeah. Speaking of Flame War, I know there... wait, I can't play that, I don't think. There's that Flame War video. It's like a music video based on Flame War. Yeah, I don't...
You can't play that.
I don't think so.
No.
But what I can play, I'm pretty sure, to close out the night, if I'm not mistaken... Give me a second. I want to say it's this one. No, it's this one, probably. Yes, I think it is this one. And I think it's clean. Yep. Yep.
Hope.
Oh, well, it's going to happen anyway. So, yeah, please enjoy your night. This has been DJ Frost.
DJ Orange.
DJ Bearman.
And you've been listening to Talkin' Nerdy, the only nerdy talk show in Vermont as far as we know. The disclaimer. And I hope you all enjoyed tonight. And I hope you'll join us next week because we have a lot of fun talking, and I hope you all get our awesome enthusiasm behind it through the mics because we do try very hard. So, again, hope you all enjoyed, and I hope you join us next week for more of awesome nerdiness here on Talkin' Nerdy.